Okay, quick midday update because it just seemed like the appropriate time to do this video today. So it is currently 1:40. I just got back from 4 different deliveries. And when I went to start my car to go do the delivery, my car would not start. Wouldn't turn over, none of that. So fortunately, my roommate was kind enough to let me borrow her car so I can get this taken care of. And the ironic thing is, if this happened 2 weeks ago, I would not have had a roommate to call to help me. So grateful for that. Got everything taken care of. My clients were none the wiser, so love that. I actually was able to get 2 of them done a little bit early, which is lovely. Got back, and now I'm waiting for AAA to get here. Said it will be about an hour or so, so I'm probably going to eat lunch and get some editing done in the meantime and work on the program. What the heck? What the hell? What the helly? Yeah, so that is what's going on right now. Kind of a fun little update. I will say one thing I think about often, and kind of something that transformed my life and it's applicable to right now, is not to stress over things that didn't happen. So when I first started my business, when I started Boards and Platters and I decided to go full time with it, and I realized that I was going to be spending hours upon hours of time on the road, there was a point where I realized that my road rage that I used to like carry as a badge of honor because I'm from New Jersey, I realized that the little 30-minute rides to and from work were no longer my reality. My reality was spending 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 hours in the car, sometimes during the holidays. I remember one day I was literally on the road for 12 hours doing deliveries straight, nonstop. And yelling and cursing and getting frustrated because someone almost hit me, or someone swerved into the lane but something didn't happen, or because someone else is in a rush or agitated, I realized how much stress I was taking on. And I was like, if I keep doing this business is going to end up killing me. Literally, like the stress from cursing people out and being all anxious. Because what would happen is someone would do something, right? I remember one time specifically, this guy cut me off, crossed across 3 lanes. He was in the wrong. And as he did it, he flipped me off. And I remember being so enraged that I genuinely contemplated following that man, like literally turning my car around and following him. For what? I don't know. I was just that angry. Did I do it? No, I'm not that much of a crash out. I'm pretty calm of a person, but internally I was seething. And I remember sitting with that for hours, like hours in the car, just irritated and angry and tense. My jaw was tight, my shoulders were all up, and I realized I was anxious because he almost hit me, right? And valid to be cautious and have some anxiety around that and even be a little bit upset, but the weight of how much that was really, it was kind of like a startling moment because it really brought to light how much tension and stress I was allowing almost situations to like permeate my life. And so I decided that I was no longer going to let things that almost happen or didn't actually happen create that level of stress. Does that mean I don't care? No. But I found ways to deal with that and be like, okay, that was sillier, that was closer, in specificity. I'm talking about driving. But what I realized is that ended up bleeding into other areas of my life in the best ways because I stopped giving extra energy to things that did not require it. If it happens, then I'll deal with it. And I feel confident in the fact that I can deal with it if something does happen. But something almost happening, if it's something that could have been prevented, then I just take that lesson and I learn from it and I apply it as quickly as possible. If it's something where someone else is doing something out of carelessness and I have the ability to articulate that to them, then I do it quickly. I do it without additional emotion as much as possible, and then I move on, right? I'm not going to hold on to that. And then the third thing is, like, if it did happen, then I trust in my ability to deal with that with the appropriate emotions and actions necessary in that moment. I don't want to take additional energy when I have so many other things on my plate to things that didn't even happen, right? And so I liken that to today because yes, a bunch of things could have happened, but at the end of the day, I got to my deliveries. My clients were happy. I was on time. I was able to get help from a friend, which I'm very grateful for. I have AAA. They're on the way. And yeah, do I know how much this is going to cost me to fix? Absolutely not. But I'll deal with that once I get that news. I can prepare mentally for it, but being stressed and, laying in the bed that's not going to do anything, because at the end of the day, I'm still going to get the quote, right? I'm still going to have to get it fixed. So for the next hour, I'm going to feed myself. I'm going to do some work. I'm going to let the guy come. Hey, maybe it's just the battery. Maybe my battery just needs to be recharged. Maybe it needs to be replaced. If so, I have it under warranty. I got it from Walmart. I can go get a new one. Hopefully it's just a matter of jumping it. If not, I have AAA. I can get a free tow. And if I need to get something fixed that's more expensive, I'll have to deal with that. Will that suck? Absolutely. Is that something I didn't plan for? Also, absolutely. Does that mean that it's the end of the world? No. I will manage and I'll figure it out. So this is just a little tip that's helped me, is that if you're finding that you're getting overly anxious about things and you're holding on to a lot of additional anxiety and stress, I really implore you to start thinking of things through the lens of, does this additional emotion add to a solution to something? And if something almost happened, does it require all the additional stress and energy that I'm putting into it? 9 times out of 10, no. And then and also, especially when it comes to driving, you're the only one mad. 9 times out of 10, what I've noticed is the people that are driving the worst do not care. Do not care about you screaming behind your door. Behind your window. Do not care about you being stressed for 3 hours afterwards. Do not care about you putting in they don't care. If they cared, they would drive better. You think they're going to care now? No. And also what it allows me to do is, when someone is driving crazy, or when they are, I've had people zoom around me. I've had people literally multiple times. I've been on the road for a long time now with my business, that I've seen be frustrated at either myself or someone else that isn't driving the speed that they want. Mind you, the person is going within a reasonable speed limit in that area. So let's just say you're driving at a 45, the person's going 60. You want to go 85 and zoom around them and act crazy? That's fine. Let them, right? Brene Brown said, let them, okay? And I believe in that, especially on the road, because people die every day. And I'm not going to be a part of a thing because I got all worked up because somebody else wants to be crazy. I've had my time. I control what I can control, and then if you want to act crazy, I'm gonna just get over. And all that huffing and puffing, you're carrying that on your day. I'm not carrying that on my day. So same thing with this car situation. I'm going to go do some work. I answered some inquiries from some clients. Hey, who knows? If it is a big amount that I have to pay, maybe the work that I'll do over this next hour will bring in the money that will essentially pay for this repair. And that's what it is. So I hope that's helpful for you guys. This is probably going to be the vlog for today. I have a lot of editing to do, so a secondary one might be a lot for me today, but I hope you all are having a great Friday. Sending you lots of love, and yeah. Oh, I was a little sad that I didn't get to go to lunch, because I was supposed to go to lunch with my friend Nick today after my deliveries. That was my plan, but it's okay. Like, she totally understood, and we'll see each other again. So no harm, no foul. All right, love you guys. Have a great day. Bye. Okay, so news, my car's fixed. I just had to come in and tell you guys, because the proof is in the pudding, right? Literally, this is the air conditioning unit, sorry, but literally all he had to do was change the terminal. Apparently one of my terminals on my battery was corroded. Swapped it out. Took maybe 30 minutes to do all the testing, swap it out, and it was a $30 fix. Imagine if I would have spent the next hour of my day stressing, making my stomach hurt. Oh my God, it's gonna cost me so much money. And it didn't at all. Don't stress about what you don't need to.